Okay, good morning everyone. Today we are going to start with the different tools that we have in Archicad. First of all, you open your Archicad and you open a new page. Okay, when you open your Archicad, it's going to show like this. Let me put it on full screen. Then you click new. Okay, this is what we have for our Archicad. Then if you've never opened an Archicad app before, software before, this is all what you can see on the Archicad. Then the first thing to do when you open your Archicad page is to set your page. How do you set your page? You set your page, you set your units and your dimension units. Okay, to set the page, you go under option, project preferences and working units. Then me, I prefer to work in millimeters, but you can decide to work in meters, decimeters or everything. So I'm taking centimeters. Then under area, you allow it at square meter, volume, cubic meter, angle, degree Celsius. You can work in radians if you wish. And layout, you allow it in centimeters. Then decimals 0, because in architecture and drawing, when we work in architecture and drawing, we are working in centimeters, we don't use decimal places, because if you work in decimal places, what you are doing is totally wrong. There we have set our working units. We go again under options, working preferences and dimensions. We set our dimension units. You delete everything and you allow the DIN. Working units, centimeters, decimals 0, as I told you, accuracy off. Then you click OK. Then now the next thing to do is to do your story setting. You go to the right of your screen, right click your mouse and you go under story setting. Here now you can decide to either add a story or to reduce a story. Then change the height of your story. For example, I'm doing a design and I wish to add the story down, meaning I'm going to insert it below. When I insert below, that is one story below the ground level. That's why you are seeing the elevation at minus 300 centimeters, which is 3 meters, the height of your wall. Now you can type any name there. You can type the name, maybe something like this. Or let's say, for example, you wish to increase the number of stories. You say insert above. You can insert up to, in fact, you can insert as many stories as you wish. But today we are going to work just with the ground floor, the first story and the second story. First floor and second floor. Then you click OK. That's all for the story setting. Then now let's go into our first tool, the wall tool. Double click on the wall tool. Then as you see here, we have structure, basis and composite walls. You select the first one for you to be able to change the wall thickness. Here I'm going to work with the wall thickness of 15, which is the size of my block. Projection from the ground 0. Projection from the ground, you put it at 0, or you just change the floor and put it at ground floor. Is going to show here 0. Then under floor plan and section is to show you how your plan is going to look on TD. Then under model, these are the different colors that you will see on your 3D, the override surfaces. Here is the external override surface, here the cut, and here the internal override surface. I'm not going to change it for now. I'm just presenting you the tools. Then you click OK. There are two main ways in which you can use to draw your walls. You can either draw it like I'm drawing. If you are following me, you can draw it internally like this, or maybe you can click here and draw it externally. Okay, now after you've drawn, let me draw a wall. This tool under geometry method, here is to draw a single wall, as you'll see. Then when you double click on it, okay, you are having this. Under geometry method, you have these 4 different ways of drawing walls. This one, for those who are used with AutoCAD, you can see that this one resembles a polyline, and this what I recommend you and I also use Why? You can draw a wall like this and go like this, then come back like this, and you're seeing. Then on Archicad, to delete a wall, let's say to delete a wall, let's say for example that you want to delete this wall, this edge that you're seeing here. To delete a wall, you simply click Control and come and click on the wall. You click Control, you come and click on the wall, you come and click on the wall. As you can see, the wall is deleting. Now let's say that you want, for example, let's delete this wall. You want, for example, to place this wall, let's say at a certain distance in this space that you're seeing. You simply click Ctrl Shift D, you carry the wall, then you type the distance, let's say 100 centimeters, then you click enter. It's going to move the wall at 85 centimeters. Let's dimension it and see. 85 centimeter. Why 85 centimeters? Because the wall thickness is at 15 centimeters, meaning if you wish that your wall should be at exactly at 100 centimeters spacing, you need to displace it at 115 centimeters, including the wall spacing. I think we are done with our first tool. Let's move to the second tool, the column. Double click in the column. Now you're seeing this place that's highlighted here. If you allow it highlighted, let's see, let me change the dimension of this column. Let's put 20. It's going to change up and down, but if you highlight this and let's put 25 here, I'm going to have a column of 25 by 20, meaning this tool like this helps to merge the two properties, the length and the length and the width. Let's go under columns. You go under segment. This you can either add or reduce the number of segments of your wall. This is where you choose. Do you want a rectangular wall, a squared wall, a circular wall? And the override surface is the same as for wall. This is the cut and this is the surface. This is the surface of the column. Now under floor plan and section is to show you how your wall is going to look like on 2D. That's all for columns. I don't have much to say on columns. Then under beams, the same tool here as for columns. You can change the dimension of your beam, the length and the width. Then under segment, you're having structure to where you can displace it in many pieces. Then you want your beam to be squared, rectangular or circular. You can change it here. Then the override surface is the different colors of your walls. You can of your beam, you can change it here. Then you click OK. Then our next tool that we are going to learn is the slab. On the slab, just like the wall, you need to select the first one in order for you to be able to change the thickness of the slab. Let's say that, let me put a thickness of 20. A thickness of 20, yes, a thickness of 20. Then under floor plan and display, there's cover fill. When you activate the cover fill, you have several things that are presenting to you. Let me say I'm using grid 5x5 diagonal. Then here, this where you can change the color of your cover fill. This is the top, this is the cut, and this is the under. When you click OK, let me say I'm drawing my slab. Are you seeing the cover fill? This is the cover fill. But if, for example, I don't want my slab to have a cover fill, I can simply select the slab, highlight the slab there, double click on slab, go under slab setting, untick the cover fill, then click OK. We are no more going to see any cover fill. I'm going to give you further explanation concerning all these tools when we are going to start our first design. Then under roof, just like the other tools, you go under roof setting. projection from the ground is 300. Why is it showing 300 meanwhile we are at the ground floor? Because the roof cannot be on the floor. The roof is placed on the walls at a certain height, and the height of our walls here is already defaultly set to be 300 centimeters. Then here this is where you change the thickness of your roof. Let me put the thickness of my roof at 1. Then here is where you change the offset, and this is the angle. Let's say 35 just to show you. Then under floor plan, you can modify the colors, the tiles of the roof, anything you wish. The cover fields as we did for slab. Then under model, you change to have the different roof colors or roof tiles that you wish. Let's say okay, and let me draw my roof around here. This is my roof that I drew, and this is how the roof plan is showing on 3D. If you go on 3D to show this, how it's going to show, like, don't mind how it's not even looking good, it's because you have not set the different properties of the roof. Then now the next thing is stairs. For stairs, I don't have much to explain on stairs for now. I'm going to detail it when we are going to start our first drawing. But for the least that I can say is that, first of all, when we wish to draw your stairs, we first check the height of the stair. Where this 300 is where is the height of the stair. And why is it 300? Because the height of your wall is 300. That is the height from the ground floor to the next floor is 300 centimeters. You can, for this 300 centimeters to change, you need to change it under story setting. Then you put this one at 0, you put this one at 0. Then this is where you change the width of your stair. This is where you change the width of your stair. You can either choose it to be 120, 140, as you wish, depending on the project. Then under structure, we have the different type of stairs: monolithic stairs, beam stairs, cantilever stairs, stringer stair. Then under landing, we still have different type of landings: monolithic, beams, cantilevers, stringers landing. Then under flight monolithic, if you choose monolithic, there are also different types of monolithics, and you can decide to change the thickness of your monolithic. Then for finish, if you wish to have your stair that is having wood, let's say on the tread and the riser, you select here. If you wish to have wood only on the riser, you select here. Only on the tread, you select here. And if you don't want wood at all on your stairs, you come on unactivate it here. You're going to have only concrete for your stairs. That's all for stairs. That's all I can tell you about stairs for now. Then you click OK. Then the next, under railing. This is railing. Under railing is having similar setting, because railing is always, not always, but most of the times moving with stairs. Then under segment, we have the different types. We have the different parts of the railing. We have the top rail, as you are seeing, it's highlighting here. The top rail, the handrail, the rails down here, the inner post, the balusters, and the panels. The panels is if instead of balusters you're having panels. So I'm going to show you where to change. If you don't want baluster, let's say you wish to have panels, you can change there and have your panels. Then undercut, then the curtain walls. Nothing more to say on curtain walls for now. The next setting, the door. The next tool, the door. Pardon. Under door, we have many types of doors. We have open doors, garage door, hinge doors, rotating doors, sliding folding doors, storefront. Under hinge doors, we have these different types. We have these different types of doors that you can see. Oh, let's say, let me take this door 26. I click door 26. Under preview and positioning, this is where you can change the size of your door. You can change the height of your door. Then this 10 means that your door is going to be placed at 10 centimeters above. Your door is going to be placed at 10 centimeters above the ground level, which is not really good. Your door needs to be placed directly on the ground. So you change this 10 and you put it to 0. Then the next thing, let's go under hinge door setting. Under hinge door setting, you can see that you can put a grid. Depending on you can put a grid. I'm sure that some of you have never seen doors with glasses, so you can change here and put a grid, any grid. Then the handle, you can change and put the handle, any handle. I'm sure you people don't know this type of handle, knob 2, knob 3, knob 4. Let's use our traditional handles like handle 7. Then on that door we have many settings, many different settings on that door, which I'm going to explain later on. Okay, that's all for doors. Under windows is the same thing for windows. Then skylight is the window that's a place on the roof, so that's what we call skylight. I'm sure that from these images you understand when I'm talking of skylight. Okay, then openings. Let's say for example we wish to have an opening from the kitchen to the dining. Okay, let's go on 3D. Okay, this is our wall on 3D. This is our wall. We click opening, then you put the size of the opening 40 by 40. Okay, let's take a squared opening first of all. When you click on opening, it's creating a hole. It's creating a hole on the wall. It's creating a hole on the wall. That's it. It's creating a hole on the wall. You can rotate it to see very well. Okay, let me try and delete this wall. Let me try it and delete this wall so that you can see how our opening look like. Okay, this is the opening that we just did. Now let's say opening. Let me take a circular opening, and it's the same thing. Hope you are seeing. So that's all for opening. For the zone, usually we use the zone to, how can I say, on 2D plans. On 2D plans, maybe you want to send the plan to your client. I'm going to use the zone to tell him that okay, this is the surface area of this room. Okay, let me just do it. Let me just do it. Okay, this is it. You click zone, then you come and double click in here. These are the information that the zone is going to give you. The zone name. You can go here and look for the zone name. Okay, let's say this is the bedroom. Click the bedroom. It's going to change your bedroom. The zone number, the zone surface area, and the ceiling height. The ceiling height 270. Why is it that the ceiling height is at 270? Because the slab is at 30 centimeters. When you remove 30 centimeters from 3 meters, you have 270 centimeters. Okay, you are going to have more details later on. That's all for zone. Then MOAF, I'm going to show you how to use MOAF to ameliorate your diagram, to make your diagram look good. Then objects. You have different objects: appliances, bathroom accessories, beds, cabinet, chairs, cushions, decorations, furnitures, health and recreation, kitchen cabinet. In fact, you have everything you wish to have. You go under objects, you are going to have it. Then under lamps, we have different types of lamps. We have interior lamps that you can see. We have general light sources. We have interior lamps, ceiling lamps, desk lamp, every lamp. Then also you have street lamps. That's all for lamps. Okay, then let's go under viewpoint. Under viewpoint, you have the section. I'm sure that if you did maybe drawing, you must know of section. Then elevation, interior elevation. I'm going to give you more detail about it later on. Then under documents, you have dimensions. This is where you can change your dimension. Maybe like for girls, they say I don't like this arrow, I prefer this arrow. I don't like this arrow, I prefer this arrow. You can come and change your arrow that you wish. Then you can also change the colors, but know that they are standard colors when you are doing architectural drawing. Don't go and choose pink because pink is my favorite color, or choose yellow because yellow is my favorite color. Then the writing, there's no specific writing. There's no specific how can I say, there's no specific writing when you're using there's no specific font when you're doing architectural drawing. These are the different fonts. For those who are used to MS Word, they can know what I'm talking about. Then that's all. Then level, dimension, angle, text, label, fill, all the other tools are going to be explained later on when we are going to start our next drawing in our next class.